Next up, we got Smudger versus Ozzy Kid. Ozzy Kid representing the Toon Squad. Smudger representing No Mercy right here. We're going to lightweight next up. So first pick is on Ozzy Kid at lightweight. Let's go.
Okay, so it's a lot of implications here on this fight. We talked about how Toon Squad has to get it done. No Mercy also needs a win. This is a fight in the lightweight division. No Mercy Smudger, a 4-1 record this season. He's not playing around, fighting out of English, beat Kales, beat Spartan, Cryptic, he beat Ned, only lost the Dark Goat, and who doesn't lose the Goat in week 4? But he's fighting no slouch himself. Ozzy Kid from the Toon Squad needs a win right now. 3-1, fighting out of the UK. He beat Bang Bang, MMA Genius, and Swiss last event. He only lost to Cage. He has elite pressure, Balian. This is a big, high pressure. All the chips in on the table here in this fight. Round 1, Balian, take it away.
All right, here we go. Like we said, yes, Smudger 4-1, Ozzy Kid 3-1. Both these guys have been playing very, very well this season. And obviously right here, Ozzy in the blue. Ozzy needs a win for the Toon Squad right here. No Mercy in the red. They're number 2. If No Mercy get a win here tonight, they will be number 1 in the leaderboard. So at the same time, No Mercy need a win because they want to be number 1. But definitely, if Toon Squad want to get a chance at qualifying, they need a win here. So Ozzy Kid with the pressure. I love the Diaz pick. Long left hand, definitely keeping the pace high, which is pretty good. Has to be careful level changer with that straight to the body, though, because you know the uppercut is coming. And the chopping leg kicks from Smudger as well. That's going to help. We saw that in the actual fight. Played dividends. Nice 1, 2, 3 comes back through as well from Ozzy. Stayed inside. Just got to be careful of that power snap jab. Ozzy not throwing a lot of combinations right now, Boxer.
Yeah, not right now. It's really hard to understand what's going on because, you know, just like we saw in the last fight, you know, anything can happen here. But I like the head movement here that I'm seeing from Smudger, fighting off the back hook.
That's the uppercut.
A huge left hand uppercut there from Smudger, and that is going to pay a lot of dividends whenever you can land that first right, you know, rock on your opponent, especially if you can stay up in that stamina advantage there. Man, great job by Smudger, starting out very strong here, baby.
Yeah, we always say, you know, the best time to get rocked by a Conor McGregor player is probably round 1 because it is more than likely going to happen. Yep. It just depends if Ozzy Kid walks more into that damage. Every time he level changes to the body, he has to know that uppercut is in the mind of Smudger as a return. But the high head health stat and body stat of Smudger as well, you can really see that. It looks like he's barely taken any damage. There's the uppercut again. This time it got pulled.
Wow.
Ozzy now starting to lose that stamina battle as well because of the damage he's taken, and now getting his back pushed up against the fence. The long hands of Smudger coming in. He needs to move his head a little bit more.
Yeah, he has to move that head because, I mean, Smudger also applying that 2-jab offense there. Very hard, you know, offense to defend against. But, man, if there's anybody that can get it done, you know, Nate Diaz has the hands to get it done with that 93 speed. You know, he lacks the power, but a lot of those are four-star punches coming out from Nate Diaz.
There's a nice 1-2 right down there from Ozzy. If he can time that 2 a little more, that'll beat the double jab every time. It'll interrupt every combination that comes forward from Smudger. If he can just let that 2 go down the middle first. Ooh. Instead of the jab, I like the jab, but 2-3 or even 2-1-2 from Diaz is really nice. He did it right there. He started with the lead, with the straight. That's what he needs a little bit more of. And checking those leg kicks now as they come out, but they've done a lot of damage, and that really will take the pop off the punches. We saw that in the last fight with Pry and Kyle, just how much damage you get when you go back to that solid foot. So he might want to think about maybe just going orthodox for the rest of the round unless he wants to score some damage. There's a nice 2 over the top, did a little bit more. The stamina wise, they're fairly even here. Ozzy letting the hands go. Who'd you give this first round to, Boxer?
Oh, man, it's going to be hard to say. I think I would have to give the round to Smudger, though, you know, especially with that rock coming out with that strong performance. But with Nate Diaz, it doesn't seem like it. But if this fight goes to the ground, maybe that can change up some things right now. But right now, No Mercy seeming like they're in control. Now, if you're an Ozzy Kid, this is the round where you're going to have to put something together. You're going to have to figure it out right now. How are you going to get this thing, you know, turned back your way? But, you know, he's starting out with a stamina advantage. That's one good sign.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean too much against the McGregor player. It really doesn't. His main concern has got to be that uppercut. I mean, that's basically the only big shot that's landing. and it's popping up the middle every time he level changes. Putting the combination together, there's a nice check. That's going to slow down Smudger as well, and he's done a lot of damage to the head health. I would love to see a takedown, you know, anything you can do to secure this round. Look for the win in round 3. You don't have to look for the KO now in round 2, but Smudger's pushing back forward. He's doing big damage. That right leg is constantly blinking as well for Ozzy Kid, so he really needs the volume. Oh, lovely, putting it together right there, breaking through the block. I love how he's stepping through with these punches as well, Boxer.
Yeah, and I like what he's doing. He's throwing that right hook because, you know, Smudger is circling to his left here, you know, so he wants to circle right into that hook. So let's see if Smudger can circle out the other way. And look at there, he landed a leg kick of his own, and we know how weak that leg health is, you know, of Nate Diaz there. And that's how you want to mitigate that pressure there if you're Smudger, doing a good job. And look, hit that leg again, Balian. Going to have to switch here.
Yeah, he will have to switch. You might want to leave it there as bait, but he will have to switch. You don't want to get finished by leg kicks in the ESFL because of your stubbornness. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's the switch. And let's see how that plays into this fight. He was losing power anyway. He's probably going to be as even as he was if he was on that leg. He did check a few of them, but that's just good leg kick work from Smudger. I mean, that's a great game plan against any Diaz. There's another uppercut that's crippled him, and a left hand that went through the block. Now the ground and pound, possibly a finish and a win on the board for No Mercy. No,
like, look, stand up.
Stay on your back, bro. Stay on your back.
Yeah, and Bailey, and when you're talking about the switch stance is only at 85. Okay, so and now all of a sudden you find yourself on top. You got 2 minutes to work here. You know, if you're Ozzy Kid, you want to keep this fight on the ground right now. Try to do something. You know, we saw a submission victory. If you can get your opponent to make one mistake, but he lets him up right now. And look, you're in that southpaw position. You want to switch it. But now you lose a whole lot. You only got 85% of that speed, of that power. Don't quote me on that, but you do lose it because switch stance is only at 85 for Nate Diaz.
It's crazy to me that he let him up. You know, he could have tried the backside. The only problem with this as well, Ozzy's having to push forward with all of his strikes. And when he moves forward with that right hand, he's so open to counters and getting hit with something with vulnerability just like that. Wow. And that is going to be it, man. He is out cold, falling to the mat. He's still in it. Okay, he just needs to survive.
You never know. These best fighters, they can pull it out of nowhere, but usually whenever you take those shots on the way to the ground, it's just all trouble. And all Smudger has to do now is just be smart and look at Bailey. Wow. He just had the cadence, Bailey, and that double jab, and then he would slip because he know his opponent was coming with a straight and a slip straight, and that's all she wrote, man. And man, that might be it, man. No Mercy getting it done.
I mean, that was you called that double jab really, really well right there, because that was the story of the whole fight there from Smudger. Double jab and see what he does. And at the end, he had it dialed in. Double jab, slip, left hook, lead uppercut. That's a smooth, clean finish. But that's because Smudger knew exactly what he was going to do, because he kind of programmed it into him. Good leg kicks, forced him to stance switch. You know, that was a good, solid game plan from Smudger. Got the stance switch and then got the double jab going to break through to the block. Ozzy did a good job, but he just got to that point where he was pushing forward to commit to that offense and just getting tagged. And if I was him, I would have stayed on the ground. As soon as he had that top sprawl position, got a minute and a half. You've already lost this round. Stay on top, do what you can. And unfortunately, he got back to the feet and got dropped twice more after that as well. So unfortunate there for Ozzy Kid. But, you know, Ozzy Kid he was 3-1 going into that fight this season. So definitely had a great season. 3-2 now, unfortunately. But that will be a point on the board for No Mercy. There we go.
Who's on my level? Never stop, I don't forget you. Man on my flow, so mental. I'm back on one settle. Got lots of potential, come hot like a kettle. Your bros so dreadful, don't know misconstrue my child is respectful. Not a lot on my level, got lots of potential, no stop on my chase it all.